StrayAllDay.com.
Baldwin, work on your game. We are on today's daily. We're gonna call this a daily discipline. I think I'm gonna change the name to daily discipline. Actually, I know I'm gonna change the name. The topic today is giving your kids a head start. Now, this of course applies to those of you who actually have kids, and those of you who have kids who are under the age of 18, let's say, so they're young enough that you can, set them up before they go off on their way. And the discipline here is about, I just think, a lot of times I hear people talk about social issues and social justice topics, especially people of color, and they talk about how, excuse me, how a person of color might not have been able to set their kids up in certain ways because of whatever, some kind of ism, right? Racism, sexism, colorism, whatever kind of ism is in the way of them being set up by their parents, while as somebody else, maybe a white person, they were able to set their kids up for success. And you got kids who are third, fourth, fifth generation rich or well off, or they're set up in some way because their parents were able to put them in a better position. And I'm not here to challenge that, at least not here in this video. I do talk about that stuff on my podcast if you would like to hear me talk about it, depending on what the angle is. But the whole point here is, for those of you who are listening to this now, that you have kids who are minors right now, under the age of 18, regardless of what happened in the past, you have 100% a wide open opportunity right now to fill the lane and do what you could do for your kids. So my challenge to you is for you to set your kids up for success, regardless of what your parents were able to do or not able to do, whether they did it or they didn't do it, whatever story you want to tell. Let's forget all of that. Let's put all that to the side. Let's just focus on you right now and where you're at and where your kids are. And what position will you put your kids in when they become old enough to go off on their own? Are they starting from zero like you did? Are they starting from zero like your parents did? Or are they going to start at an elevated position because their parents, that would be you, set them up so that they have an advantage when they get into the game, rather than having to start from scratch, maybe like you did or others in your generation or people in generations before you did. See, if you do your job as a parent, then your kids shouldn't have to start from zero. Your kids shouldn't have to start at the beginning. Your kids should have a head start from the start, simply because their parents set them up. Same way you could say somebody else did that for their kids. All right, what's stopping you from doing it for your kids? Like, you can talk about whatever happened in the past. Let's talk about what's happening in the present. And let's talk about how you're setting yourself up for what's going to happen in the future. That's what I want to challenge you with today. And when you go to work every day, if you don't have any other reason, there's your reason right there. If you have no other motivation, if you want to call it that, then there's your motivation. You have no other discipline, then there it is. I'm just giving it to you right there. So with all that said, folks, that's today's, we're going to call this a daily discipline now. I actually like that better. I think it'll stand out a little bit more. We'll see. Make sure you text me so you're getting a daily motivation text, and the Monday motivation I send out every day and week, respectively, to everybody in my text community. My number is 305-384-6894. Once you text me, we'll tell you what your options are for getting those messages. Secondly, workonyourgameuniversity.com. That's the only place I do any coaching, work with anybody one-on-one. My group masterminds, all at workonyourgameuniversity.com. Links right down below in the description as well. And make sure you hit the subscribe button so you get notified every video we drop here on this channel. Work on your game. Dre, all